G'day ladies and gentlemen, it's Goes the Substitute at you here today with a very late, but hopefully not too late, video regarding the Dusseldorf regional winner, I believe it was, many moons ago, by the one and only maksvm from Gara Gaming. maksvm from memory, at least according to my notes here as well. So I'm just going to call him Mac, because maksvm is probably going to drive us all a little crazy. But you know, kudos to the fella. You did a very good job down in Dusseldorf. And the main reason why we're here today talking about Big Mac's list here is that when the win did occur, I actually had a few of my friends turn around and say, "Oh, guys, have you checked this out? Like, the ratios are really weird. How does this deck work?" Now, obviously, there's been a fair bit of time, so a few people have probably taken this list, tested this list, and figured out the what and the why of it all. But it's time for me to take my my wonderful little spin. So join me now. We're going over to the backboard. We're going over to the blackboard and we're going to have a look at the list that was taken at the Dusseldorf Regionals, the one that came first, and what we can take away from this when we dissect it for a Millenni deck at large. Alrighty, so probably one of the first things that we're going to see here is the Demi-Meramons and the very strange rookie lineup that we have here, where we're not getting that beautiful 3-3-3 split that we saw from Ukko. No, we're getting 4 of the DM trait EX9 Guzzies. Yes, we'll be getting them instead because obviously they help with assembly. We've got 1 Gizzer because it's a trash draw too, very good at hand cycling. It's not a lot of memory, fantastic, love that. In a lot of ways, that's also going to be like our 5th Wicked God emerges. And then of course, Ukkomon. Now, Ukkomon is a son of a bitch. Like, we gotta get that out of the way first. I loathe Ukkomon in a lot of the ways that a lot of decks actually do require the card. It does feel homogenous after a point. Like, every deck's got an Ukkomon, and you see a lot of topping decks that have Ukkomons or something very similar to that, and so it's sad to see it, but it does make a lot of sense. If you're able to find all the pieces you need and trash them efficiently off the Demi-Mera and some really good sequencing, as well as making sure you don't sort of color cuck yourself, I guess is a way to say it, to make sure you're not just having the Ukko on field and not being able to play your options. If you can play around that a little bit, if you can think about it, Ukkomon's a real big skill test for this kind of build, for this kind of deck. You really need to pay attention to the Ukkomon and the colors that are happening there, which is one of the reasons why, because I did mention, I had a look at this list, I took my list to the Sydney Regionals, very similar to this, it was very inspired, but instead of the analog youths, I did run the Matte Ishidas in order to guarantee a purple source, as well as some memory setting and starting my turn at 5 memory. I mean, it's pretty good. We are missing some card advantage there, but the memory setting is fantastic, and the card advantage that I'm losing on the analog youth, Ukkomon does more than make up for. Yes, I think losing out on the options sucks, but you know what else sucks? Not hitting that promo Millenni that you need for assembly, or that moon you need to tame a kill, or just some other piece that you need in order to actually get a win out. The Ukkomon, rather unfortunately, along with the Demi-Mera package, yeah, it's just good. Rather sadly, it's currently the best in class, I think, for a lot of purple decks. In fact, for a lot of decks, really. So, I mean, look, it's good. You know, my hats off to maksvm from Gara Gaming. Like, he made it work. He made it work way better than I did. I came 94th in my last Regis, and he came first in this one. So, obviously, he killed it. Well done. You know, big props. So, as much as I hate Ukkomon and seeing its inclusion in any deck, it does pull its weight. It doesn't feel like it does in a deck that's so option heavy, but it does. And then we get to probably the part that was somewhat controversial between some of my friends, was the only 2 level 4s for the Deltamons. Now, yes, we don't have like 6 level 4s, we only have the 2. But between the Guzzies, the Deltas, and even the other Millennis that we can use for the assembly requirement, we're kind of fine. If we're being honest, I think one of the issues that I had with Ukko's build was that I was kind of getting stuck on level 4s and just trashing them with the Chitose over and over and over again to just get anything that could help me win the game. And if you just put more things in the deck that help you win the game instead of more chaff, then you just kind of win the game, right? No disrespect to Ukko, obviously went to Worlds, played Millenni, came top 8, fantastic. Did way better than I ever did, that's for sure. But like, the level 4 part was probably a bit rich at 6. Maybe 4 would probably be a bit better. 4 is probably a bit more comfortable for a lot of people, like a 2-2 split, or even like a 3-1 split on some of the deltas. 3 of the purple-black, obviously delta, and then 1 of the red-purple, which recurs cards. If you're unfamiliar with any of this, by the way, because I just realized I may not have gone over it, Demi-Mirror, when it dies, draw 2 cards, trash level 5 or higher. And as we can see, entering into the level 5s, the 6s, and the 7 section, yeah, if I just pull this up, look at, oh, look at that. Yeah, we're drawing 2 cards. We're drawing 2 cards consistently. Yeah, we're filling our hand. Everything else is kind of moot, right? This just on play, trash a composite or Wicked God. And yes, this options do count as Wicked God. All of them except for Insane Synth, which is DM. Bang, bang, bang. We're moving that through. Everybody knows what the Ukkomon does at this stage. I really shouldn't have to go through that. And the Delta is kind of a hand-hate card that we may need for setup. On play, Digi, on delete, trash a card, block level 4 or lower. Very fun card. Very, very fun card. But that's kind of where I think this low end, well, obviously it's where the low end finishes. But what we do get from here is a pretty juicy level 5 and 6 stack. So the Chimera spread here is pretty standard. We do normally run the 6. Obviously, in other builds like Ukko's, we've had the BT2 Chimera. With the Machinedramons, we're running 1 additional of the BT19, which is fair enough. You know, if you need another machine, you just need another machine, right? There is notably 1 extra moon, which running from 2 to 3 is a very good idea. And skipping over the Millennis into the Zeed, there is a 2 of instead of a 1 of. Obviously favoring the recurring overclock kill. Instead of having to run Wicked God emerges when you've got some Millennis established to then start looping and keeping turn, as well as the Moon Millenni to just punish greedy opponents. I do think this is probably a very good split going forward. I'm looking forward to doing some of my own testing very shortly. In fact, I have a locals tonight when I'm recording this, so I'm hoping to get this all edited up and uploaded so that I'm ready to go and torment everybody. So, you know, thumbs up for me. And then, of course, we've got a very classic Millenni, the actual Millennis split where we've got the 4 of the BT18, memory serves, yes, and the promo, fantastic. Again, I think the Ukko build only used 3 of this Millenni instead of the 4. However, with a build that has the Demi-Mirror, I do think you can go greedy on the 4, because if you do have this, and knowing that you'll see 3, because the Ukko build, while a little slower on draw power, would see more than enough of these Millennis at 3. I think that if in a pinch you need to yeet one of these bad boys, you can do so fairly comfortably. Now, fairly, right? It's up to you, it's up to the board state, it's up to whatever decision-making process is happening that matters for you in the game that you are playing. So, keep that in mind. Now, we get to the option section. This is a bit of fun, because it wasn't until I saw this option split that I realized I'd probably been approaching this from the wrong angle. So we'll start with Wicked God Emerges, because this is primarily the main reason why we're using a lot of these option cards, right? It is put something in the bin, get some cards in hand, boom, 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 card filter, right? And then to obviously play out one of our big mean beasties, whether it's a Zeed or Moon. Now, I kind of had this similar approach to Insane Synthetic, where it was just, this lets me draw cards and lets me set up trash, move card, move card, move card, maybe play something from the bin, yay, lucky me. However, Insane Synthetic only works if I have something to kill. Now, normally when you have a bunch of Ukkos, you will eventually push your breeding to the limit where you will have something that you can kill, which is very good, because there are some turns where that will not happen. However, because there is no memory setter here, and you can't guarantee being set to 3 memory, right, so where you could just play one of the rookies, stay at 0, pop the Insane Synth, begin loops and control and shenanigans, this is where Wicked God Descends comes in handy. Now, this is a card that I originally had written off, simply because Wicked God Emerges is just that much better. Descends is a little bit more restrictive, but it's also a lot more freeing in two different ways. So we'll actually go through this card in full, right? For 4. You may play one composite trait Digimon from your trash with the play cost reduced by 4, then place this card in the battle area. The reason why this is really, really cool, do mean really cool, if we're stuck at 1 memory, we have no rookie, or we just hatched, we've got a rookie in the back, we have Insane Synth, and we need that promo Millenni that is in the trash to come out and actually apply pressure, we can't do that. With Insane Synthetic, with a rookie in the back that is waiting to be pushed out, it's going to take another turn. There's no way to keep turn and to play that promo Millenni. This then gives us our out. Now, it will be for a total of 8 memory, because it does reduce the play cost by 4, and then we do have the assembly reduction here as well by 6, which is by 10, and then there's another 4. You will still be paying that full 8. The same thing's going to apply for this Millenni, where you reduce it by 4, but you're paying 4, and then you can reduce it by an additional 4 with the Chimera and Machinedramon in the Digicross sources. So, you are still going to have to pay the actual full 10. It is a little bit misleading, but you do need to be careful about that. But this can get us out of those tricky spots. It can get us out of those tough spots. And unlike Insane Synthetic Monster, because it does have the Wicked God trait, when the promo Millenni dies, it is a shuffle target. And worst case, we've got all kinds of rookies. We're fully loaded up. We're Ukko rushing to hell and back. We do not need to hit this panic button. It's trashable off Chitose because he can trash Wicked Gods and composite traits, right? Boom, right? No worries, done. That gives us an out there. But what's also really fun about Descends, this is the second half, and this is why we're taking the time to really dissect it. When any of your Digimon with Millenniummon in their names, that's Moon, that's Zeed, that's regular, when they would leave the battle area, delay. Awesome. You may play one Wicked God trait Digimon card with 1 play cost higher than that Digimon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. So, this is our Wicked God Emerges, but slower. We can't actually proc it. Our opponents have to proc it, or at least in the past they'd had to proc it, unless this is already delayed, and then we play out the promo, we kill ourselves. Play cost 1 higher than 14 is 15, so from Millenni we go to Moon, from Moon we go to Zeed. But if you can emerge on a Millenni to play out a Zeed, and then delay the Descends, you'll play out the Moon. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's beautiful. Playing out all three variants of Millenniummon off of a single end turn trigger is nuts. It is devastating to your opponent. They will be bleeding. They will not like you. It is a lot of fun. And again, we can see why this option card was included. Obviously, there's that Wombo combo turn, very funny stuff. But also because if the Insane Synthetic monster and its primary purpose is for us to play out our promo Millenni from the trash, we can just do that with another card, which stops us from being memory choked, memory cucked, I guess. It gives us more play options around bad situations. This is not a bad card to have at all. And now, into the Tamers. Now, we all know what Chitose does. He gives us memory. He's Analog Man for this deck. I absolutely adore it. It's great. Obviously, instead of running the restricted Ukko, Big Mac Daddy. Oh my god, I shouldn't say that. but Mac has run the Gizamon in order to allow for some additional boost trash and some more late game or late mid game, however it is you want to really pass that card advantage. Really just sort of keep the gas going, keep the zone management happening. This is a very good card for that. And so it's probably why we're not seeing the full 5 Ukkos. We're just seeing the 4 of. Obviously, this sucks if it's your only rookie in hand and you're going on the Demi Mirror, but hey, it is what it is, right? It's a card game. And then very classic Analog Youth. Reveal 3, add 1, put the rest in the bin. And then anytime that one of your dudes would die, and yeah, they're going to die, gain a memory, hatch an egg, get gassed up a little bit. So Obviously, there's a lot of, between the analog youth and the Ukkos, there is a lot of efficiency put on keeping that breeding area online, having an egg hatched there, the Demimaras, having rookies, hopefully, whether in excess or otherwise, on that egg to proc the Insane Synth so that we can keep moving. Because as long as we can trash one of these, our Wicked God descends and our Insane Synthetics are online, which allows us to really reel back the momentum of the game from the mid or even the late game, from a losing position into parity or even a winning position if we've got enough setup pieces moving. So keeping that in mind, you are gassing the low end to support the high end. Maybe Analog Youth would have served me a little bit better in my Sydney regionals as opposed to a Matt Ishida, but the color fixing for me is kind of paramount. I really want to have those extra purple Tamers. I know that there's a Matt Ishida that's also too, that's like, oh, when you die, gain a memory. Don't care. We want card advantage or memory efficiency because that's where those things matter. One of the other funny things about this, right? I didn't quite understand the whole double Chimera, especially this guy as opposed to the BT2, right? Because to me, why wouldn't you just use the BT2, right? It's like a 5th version of this guy, right? I absolutely adore it. And I think I found out why. Just a fun little combo before we leave today. This fella, right? I've called this sort of a Nombo machine and Chimera pairing before. However, there are some moments, especially when you're running 3 moons, that you can have a board set up like this where you've missed a Chimera or a machine for that right combo, and you're sitting there with this instead. Now, if you are the opponent, you're facing into this, you should be shit scared, because if any time you touch one of these cards and delete them, a whole bunch of BS is about to happen. It is pretty bad, right? So let's play a little thought game, right? Let's say, right, you're going to delete the moon. Now, the moon has an all turns that says when it would leave the battle area by deleting one of your composite trait Digimon, it doesn't leave. Now, Machinedramon's composite, thanks to this little rules bubble right here, which clicking on the card makes it worse, but let me see if I can... Yeah, right there. It has composite. Love that. And Kimeramon is very obviously a composite trait as well. So, if we try to bounce, say, or delete the highest play cost or the highest level or anything of that nature, the Moon Millenni, we can effectively scapegoat into the Chimera or the machine. Which then, since they'll be deleted, will begin a Digivolve and DNA sequence which could kill your opponent's Digimon and potentially steal turn. So, what happens then if they decide to delete the Machinedramon? Same thing. If they try to delete the Chimera? Same thing. This is a no-win board state. This is absolutely hilarious. And I think that may be why we're seeing maybe a little bit more of an increase. I don't know why I keep right-clicking on that to make it bigger, because it's not going to happen. I swear to God I'm a professional. Oh my God. Anyway, this Chimera, BT18, I think we're seeing more of him because this kind of setup with more moons, and definitely we're running the 4 of this machine, I definitely see this kind of haha you lose setup. Now, this is actually really funny against Galactic, particularly if they choose to Digivolve at the end of your turn into the one that's like, start a main phase, shoot a dude, go on, by all means. You have to shoot one before you do any swinging, any de-Digivolving, any Ragnarok Cannon shenanigans. Start of your turn, shoot me. Which one? You're going to lose a stack? Which one? So, yeah, I want to leave that there, just for some thoughts for next time, ladies and gentlemen, because there's not really too much more to say about maksvm's Big Max list, because he did such a great job. It is a bit old now. Obviously, everything in the card game world tends to move fairly quickly, but he did such a fantastic job coming first place at the Dusseldorf Regionals. Well done, bud. You did a fantastic job. Very happy to see it, especially with Millenni. That makes me so happy. But yeah, I think that there's definitely some more niche combos to be found, to be explored. And I look forward to finding them with everyone, especially as we all collectively gain a bunch of play experience and everybody tells me I'm wrong. Which I enjoy, because it allows us all to develop in really interesting, fun ways. But that, unfortunately, is going to have to be the time that we have for today. Thank you very much for being here with me, just having a look over this list, seeing what we can learn from it, because I do think that there is a lot to learn, and I have been receiving a bunch of messages from my friends with some other top placing Millenni lists, which I will also be having a little look over to see if there's anything there that we can also have a bit of a chat about, just so we're not talking about every list that gets posted, because obviously that's kind of dumb. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with me today. I am Gus the Substitute. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day. Hooroo!